Hello my fellow miners, welcome back to another video. Thanks for clicking. Hope you all had a wonderful Mother's Day a few days ago. Got to spend some time with your moms and family. Today's video is another event video, and I apologize, I know I've done a few of these, but I think this one's new and noteworthy enough to talk about. So this video actually comes from another YouTuber who has a better handle on event mines than I do. And he goes by the name of Awesome A, and the awesome, the W is spelled with a U. I will put his video link in the description, but he is able to do the event mine in 16 minutes. And that was mind-boggling to me at first. But I asked him to post a video. He first talked about it on Reddit. He posted the video. I watched it, and I was just floored. I couldn't believe that was possible. And he was using less multiplier boost than I was. My previous best time was 48 minutes, and using his method, I did alter it a little bit, trying to make it better, and it backfired on me. But using his method, I was able to get a new best time of 32 minutes. So I just couldn't believe that. That was a huge improvement from the last one, and prior to that, I was only gaining like minutes or seconds on my previous best. So going back, if you have to, rewind. The beginning of this starts off with Gordon on Mineshaft 1 and Lily in the elevator. And you activate both of them at the same time after activating all the boosts. The boosts that are used in this method are a 2 times permanent, a 2 times for an hour, 5 times for an hour, and 10 times for an hour, and then a few 20 times, 5-minute ones or 10-minute ones to get you up to about that half-hour mark. And when you start off with Gordon and Lily, basically what you're doing is it's just rampantly going back and forth, upgrading the Mineshaft 1 and the elevator. Mineshaft 1, then the elevator. And you just keep going back and forth until you hit 800 on that. And that happens after a couple minutes. That you're able to reach level 800 on Mineshaft 1, and then you just start working your way down while Lily is still working on the elevator. And one mistake, a huge mistake I made, mistake number 1, was once I got the Mineshaft 1 up to 800 and I started working my way down, I didn't upgrade my warehouse. Mistake number 1. Didn't upgrade my warehouse because all of that stuff that was going to be coming up after Lily's ability was over with was just piling up in the elevator, and it irritated me so much that I did that. But another thing that I tried changing to kind of help out a little bit is, you notice I kept moving Blingsley down mineshaft by mineshaft by mineshaft because of his passive ability that gives you a little bit of a discount for your upgrades. And so that kind of worked. I think it maybe slowed me down a little bit because I had to keep putting managers in his place in order to keep that mineshaft working. But yeah, so once I got the handle on the warehouse and I got that upgraded, things started to improve a little bit more. You see right now, Blingsley is at level 18, or Mineshaft 18, using his ability, and that's where I really started to notice that I had screwed up somewhere, because in Awesome's video, he was able to max out Mineshaft 18 with just Blingsley. So I knew I had done something wrong right from the get-go, and it just wasn't going to work out, but I was determined to at least improve on my previous best time. So once I got Blingsley's ability done, I did put on Mr. Turner on Mineshaft 18 to give it a little boost. And then after that, it was just, a lot of 30-minute boost. Not boost, the income. 30-minute income. And that's pretty much the heart and soul of this method. Is once you go through your super managers, it's just a matter of having enough 30 minutes or maybe 1 hour instant income cash. And yeah, that was, I want to say I probably used over 20 30-minute ones. And I don't know, I think I forgot to keep track of the hour ones, maybe 10 of those. Um, but yeah, it was just, it was the method as a whole was just really inspiring to me because I previously thought that the 30-minute mark was unreachable. When I did my original 48-minute run, I was using way more boosts than he had used. So he stopped at the 20 times, and I actually used a 50 times for an hour that I had saved up. And then I also purchased the 4 times for 7 days that I had active during that 48-minute speed run. And it was just like I was using all these boosts and I couldn't, gain any ground past the 48-minute mark. And here he is getting 16 minutes without those boosts. So I knew I was doing something wrong. And at first, like I said, I didn't want to believe it. But when I saw his video and saw what he was doing, it started to all make sense. And in the beginning, when he was talking about it on Reddit, I wasn't, he explained it, but I just couldn't believe that worked. Starting off with Gordon and Lily, because I had previously started off with Steiner, and it just didn't make sense. But once I saw it, he was kind enough to upload the video. It just clicked, and I don't know. It was like my eyes were opened, and I was, seeing all the wrong in my idle miner life. And I'm so thankful that he took the time out to do that because it really upped my game and gave me something new to work towards. So I think that's a lesson for all of us that even though we do really well in things, and whether it be games or life or work, there's always room for improvement. There's always someone out there has a better way of doing it, and we need to get out there and learn from as many people as we can to better ourselves. So I'm flabbergasted. I can't even talk about it, but it was a really neat experience because I was able to not only, you know, improve my gameplay abilities, but it also opened my eyes further in other areas of my life. And I would, I'd highly encourage all of you to do the same. And any area of your life that you want to improve on, but you feel you're stuck on, it's possible. There are ways. Get out there, start talking to people, start doing some research, and learn from other people as much as you can. There's always something new to learn. All right, but I digress. So back to the game, though. The main, like I said, the main point of this is just having a crap ton of boosts and those instant cash items, and just spamming the heck out of them. So you can see that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm going back and forth between the elevator and warehouse, and making sure that the elevator is handling the mine, which it is right now. So there's another mistake, is I kept upgrading the elevator and warehouse when I was supposed to be upgrading the mine shafts. But yeah, it's just a huge balancing act with this method, and it's very, very difficult to execute. And I just applaud him for the amount of work and time that he put into this method and perfecting it. I truly believe he will break the 15-minute mark with this new event. I have yet to hear from him and to see if he has done that, but that has been a goal of his that he keeps talking about. But yeah, that's pretty much it as far as what this method includes. Not a whole lot left to talk about. I think the last thing here, so you see, is Dr. Steiner is set all the way forward to Mineshaft 24, and that's the last super manager you use. You should be able to max that out, which I fortunately was able to do. Again, that was using a ton of boost items. I think I used probably more than he did, just to get myself caught up, because I had royally screwed myself, trying to alter things when I didn't really have a handle on the method that he was using, and I thought I was, smart enough to change it and make it better. Oh, if only we could not be so arrogant sometimes. But yeah, here I am just trying to get that Mineshaft 24 maxed out. Level by level, it's creeping its way up. And after that, the uh, the whole instant cache item just repeats all the way to the end for the last 6 mineshafts. And yeah, that's, I don't know. It's a hard video to talk about because it happened so quickly, real time. I didn't know if anyone would watch a full half-hour video, so I did speed it up double time to kind of shorten it. But yeah, since I did go over the 16-minute mark, I knew I wasn't going to beat that. I was able to use some managers a second time. I could have used all of them a second time, but I just wasn't paying attention. At one point, I had kind of given up on using his method, and I actually lost a few minutes. Um, so I probably could have gotten under the half-hour mark, which I would have been, super ecstatic about. Um, but I was getting so frustrated that I wasn't gaining the amount of levels that he had done, and so I just kind of turned my phone off for a little bit, and I was like, oh, I'll finish it later. This is giving me a headache. But then I started thinking about it, and the amount of super cash that I used to break through all those barriers, it was like I was already committed. I had to go back and finish it. So I loaded the game back up, and I continued on. And that was one thing about this event that I was a little disappointed about, is it was one of the lower super cash events. You only got like 330, so I didn't even make up the amount of super cash that I spent. I spent way more than that 330. I want to say it was close to possibly 400 spent. So that was a little unfortunate, but that's also the reason why I did go back and finish it, because I didn't want all that super cash to go to waste. I wanted it to have a purpose, and I think it was well spent in the end. Even though I wasn't able to get close to his time, I did drastically improve on my previous time. And I think that's, like I said, that's another goal that I have now to reach, and gives me new hope that there's even more things that can be done. And it'll only keep improving as they keep updating the game and adding new features. And now we have the newest update that was released the other day. There's a whole bunch of new research that can be done, and it looks like they're adding in barrier time reductions. I haven't had a chance to look into that too much yet, but I'm hoping that it's possible the barrier reduction times could also apply to the events, which would be amazing. It would also be amazing if that meant the super cash cost could be reduced, but we'll have to see. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all that can be said about this. I think I've touched on everything. The super cash cost, the manager usage. There was some other. Oh, one other thing that we're like way past this point now, but if you rewind in the video, or if maybe you noticed while I was talking, one thing he did not use in his video was, I'm gonna forget their names now, Mark and the other guy's name escapes me. But the elevator and warehouse guys that have movement speed increase and loading speed increase, he did not use either of those. And again, I thought I was going to be smarter and use those in the in-between time after Lily was done and before he started the executive cost reduction managers. I thought I was going to be smart and, throw those guys in there and have a little income boost. But I think that ultimately also hurt me because I was spending way more money on my upgrades than I was, um, bringing in. So there's the end of it. Going through all the rewards here, and yeah, this was so much fun. Like I said, it really opened my eyes to new possibilities. And next event, I'm going to be working my way towards that 20-minute mark. So thank you so much for watching, and keep mining.